And on the pod, we have Taylor and Sami here. We're going to have a jam-packed episode. We're going to talk book club, our latest book, Binding 13 from the Boys of Tommen series. We've all read it, all four of us. We're going to talk about it. And then we also have Taylor back to give us a rundown of the upcoming Ryder Cup. Taylor works at the PGA. She gave us the rundown on all things golf. So she is back because
a PGA expert.
Yes. So we're pumped. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Yay. We have feed in the snitches this week. Back to back, great episodes.
Totally.
Wait. So, Kristen, before we get into it, I feel like people are gonna want an update on your Coast Guard man.
Oh yes. Oh, guys, I have an update. He messaged me back. Let's go.
Woo.
Oh my God, I was stressing. Yeah, it's very casual, nothing crazy to report yet. But yes, that is the latest update. I have heard from him and we have been messaging back and forth this week. So very exciting stuff there.
Well, nice job, Coast Guard man.
Yeah, Coast Guard. That's a better
starting
name.
off strong.
Totally. But
anyhow, is that not what
we
we named him? That's just kind of what I've been calling him in my head.
It's much better. I named him Sheriff because I saw him at the Dalton and the Sheriff's concert. But yeah, Coast Guard's way better. So anywho, let's get into the meat of this episode. We're going to start by talking about the Ryder Cup, which is, well, Taylor, I'm just going to throw it over to you.
Everyone you know is going to be watching it this weekend. Well, a lot of people. So
yeah, I mean, as of the release of this pod on Friday morning, the play will have started. So, great Friday work day activity to stream the Ryder Cup. The Ryder Cup is 3 days of play, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. USA versus Europe. It's a team event. So basically the point system is there's 28 points total that are up for grabs. The first team over the course of these 3 days to reach 14 and a half points wins the Ryder Cup.
So that's why it might not go the full weekend, right? Doesn't it not always go till Sunday?
No, everybody will play on Sunday and everybody will finish, but a winner can be determined before the last, I don't know, three or four singles matches are done. Friday morning, we have an alternate shot format, 4 teams of 2 from Europe and 4 teams of 2 from the USA play against each other. Alternate shot, each player hits every other shot. Afternoon round, there's each player will then play their own ball, still teams of 2, and then they take the better score between the 2 of them on each hole. And if your team...
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yep.
So alternating swings. So you said, so there's 4 teams of 2. Basically, I hit a stroke, teammate hits a stroke. I hit a stroke, but you're playing the same ball.
For alternate shot, yes.
Got it. Okay.
That's the morning round. So when this episode comes out, Friday morning, these guys will be on the course playing their alternate shot format. Tee times on Friday start between 7 and 8 a.m. So as soon as you wake up on Friday morning today, these guys will be out there. So you can tune in.
Do we already know the pairs? The captain's the one that determines all that, right?
That will be out this Thursday, this afternoon. Yeah, later today.
But so we have the 4 matches in the morning and then the 4 in the afternoon. And then...
Yep. And that's both Friday and Saturday. So it's the same formats Friday and Saturday. Now, because it's a team, it's kind of a match play event. So you're only worried about beating those other 2 Europeans on each hole. If you do beat them on a hole, if your team gets a better score, then you win that hole and your team is now 1 up. You're going to see scores on the scoreboard that are 1 up, 2 up, 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, or tied, depending on how each hole has gone between the 2 teams.
So if we're on hole 3, let's say me and Brittany are American, you and Sami are European. Me and Britt win hole 1, you and Sami win hole 2, we win hole 3. Score is that we are now 1 up.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, cool.
You got it, Kristen.
And is that how you add it up to 14?
No, forget the point. Forget the points for now. You're just worried about winning that one match over the course of 18 holes.
Okay.
So as you start to dwindle down the number of holes you have left, if the American team is up by 4, but they only have holes 16, 17, and 18 left to play, there aren't enough holes for the Europeans to come back. So the match would end at, it's called 4-3 because they're up 4 with only 3 to play. So the Americans win that. That is where they get that point.
Okay. So at the end of the 18 holes, if we're up, then we get the point. And then
it doesn't matter how much you won by. All you do is you won your match. You get the point. And that goes towards that 14.5 points that you want.
So if you tie, does that mean you get a half point?
Yes. That's Friday and Saturday. So there's 8 points up for grabs on Friday, 8 points up for grabs total on Saturday. Sunday, we have 12 singles matches. So that's just straight up one American versus one European, 12 different tee times.
Oof.
So that's where it can really be won or lost. And there is some strategy to this Ryder Cup, you know, with the team pairings. Do you do similar playing styles, or do you put, you know, a really good iron player with a really good putter, you know, even out those two strengths? And then the ball that players are playing actually can have a really big impact because all these players play a different type of ball. Titleist, TaylorMade.
Oh, like the actual
Strixon,
ball.
Yeah, the actual
I was going to say,
ball.
I thought you guys were going to laugh at me.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The actual golf ball can have a really big impact because everyone has a different hitting style. Some players have a lot of spin on their ball. A lot of players, you know, have a higher ball flight. So it's just, if you have to play in that alternate shot format, you're only playing one ball. That's why there is some strategy, and Keegan really does have to think about that. How do you pair up the players together?
Can I pause on Keegan for a second? So Keegan is Keegan Bradley, and he is the American team captain. Taylor told us all about him last time that she was on the pod. So in case you missed that episode, that's who we're talking about. And he has a pretty big job in terms of creating the team. Taylor, why don't you kind of give the rundown on how the teams are formed, if, you know, for people who might have forgotten?
So there's 12 total players per team. There's 6 automatic qualifiers based on, you know, your rankings, how many points you've earned over the last couple of years. So American team automatic qualifiers were Scotty Scheffler, JJ Spawn, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau. That leaves 6 other captains' picks available. So Keegan had the option to choose 6 different guys to fill out that team based on who he thought was playing really well, maybe on a, you know, hot streak, or someone who he thought would be a really good addition to the team, whether or not they were playing well leading up to this. So those 6 picks for the American team were Justin Thomas, your boy. Yep.
You like him?
Let's go, JT.
Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantlay, Sam Burns, Ben Griffin, and Cameron Young. Now, the one thing that's kind of unique about the American team is there are 4 rookies, which can also have kind of an impact into how they play this weekend. Compared to the European team, they only have 1 rookie. So that can definitely factor into, again, who are you pairing each player with? If
I'm surprised Spieth wasn't in it.
He was hurt a lot of the beginning of the year, and he just hasn't really gotten back into his form yet. So I don't think he was a strong enough pick for this year.
It just must be so hard to be captain. At least from watching
people down.
It would just be so hard because it's literally up to him. Keegan makes this choice. It's not there's co-captains, right? But it's really his call.
Who's the captain on Europe?
Luke Donald is the European captain.
Oh. I saw that Rory McIlroy said that winning a Ryder Cup on foreign soil is one of the hardest things in golf. Coming from someone who has a Grand Slam, I remember that. So I was surprised by that because haven't the Europeans beat the Americans a million times?
Europe has won 8 out of the last 11 Ryder Cups. So they've been pretty dominant recently. And the sites alternate every Ryder Cup. So last time it was in Rome. Mm-hmm. This year it's in New York, and in 2027 it will be in Ireland.
What do you think about this comment, Taylor? I heard someone say historically the Europeans do really well with the first 2 days of play where it's the team play, but then the Americans always do really well with the individual play. I just thought that was so Classic. Of course, the Americans are great at like the individual, and the Europeans like play well with others.
Yeah, I think that's why Friday is so important. I mean, the last Ryder Cup in Rome, Europe won the first 4 matches. So they were already up 4-0, which when you only need to get to 14 points, that's a really big lead already. And that's the team play. So it does, that doesn't surprise me either. Straight up 1v1, I feel like the Americans should be better. And then, the Europe plays really well as teams.
I have a question. Does like Europe care as much as us, or is this like a Bills versus Patriots situation where like they think they're winning the Super Bowl when they play the Patriots and we are like, who are you guys again? I mean, I guess this is not anymore, but a few years ago, that's how I think of the Bills. So like they care way more than we do. Like, is it like that with Europe and the US?
No, I think both teams care a lot. I think it's an honor to be on the Ryder Cup, so I don't think that they want to
Rory McIlroy
be disappointing. Yeah, I think Europe always just looks like they're having a lot more fun.
Really? See, I wouldn't expect that. I would think the Americans would have more fun.
I think anytime you're like playing for your country, and like if you're in such an individual sport, and this is literally once every like 2 years you get to play on a team, I would imagine these guys would get fired up. That's definitely like the impression I had from all the interviews, again, from the 3 episodes of Full Swing I watched. But they were like, this is like the dream. What do you think about the league that shall not be named, but the players that are playing from that league? I don't know if they're allowed to play in the Ryder Cup, but like, do you think they should be allowed? What's the like general opinion on that?
They are allowed. There are 3 players between the 2 teams who are from Live Golf, DeChambeau on the American team, and then Hatton and John Rahm from the European team. So I think it all comes down to if they want them on the team, and if they contribute, if they're playing good golf, then
I mean, it'd be hard not to, because there's like good guys on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bryson 100% deserves to be on the American team. I think he's one of the 12 best players, and he was an auto qualifier, so he showed that he played well enough to be on it.
Who are like your favorite players? Like, who are you going to watch out of the 12?
JT, I think, always cares a lot. He's kind of like almost Mr. America. I'm interested to see how Scotty Scheffler does this year, because he was, if you go back to 23, he was, upset and, crying in the cart after one of his matches that he didn't win. So how is he going to rebound this year? And then, the rookies, I think Ben Griffin has been really, really good this season. And I think he will be able to get fired up from the New York crowd. So I'm interested to see how well he plays. And Cameron Young is from the New York area, so it's kind of homecoming for him. So how will he play kind of in front of his home crowd?
Interesting.
Oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm in. Let's do this. JT,
like,
man.
Our chances good? Are the U.S. chances like better than last time? Because we won in 2021, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it'll be a very, very good match. I hope it's close. If I'm going to predict a score, my prediction is USA 15.5 points, Europe 12.5.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Wait, can we all just give a score and like just see? I'm going to say 28 points, you said? Okay. Let's go 16-12. USA, baby.
Ooh, that's a big win.
I have confidence in my guys.
Say 16-12, but the other side, which I don't I don't want to go against USA, but then you said that they won 8 out of the last 11.
Yeah. We're the underdogs.
Sorry.
Understandable. Going with the logic. That's fair. That's a fair reason.
I think maybe I'll say 15-13.
All right. Where can we watch this? Where do we watch it if we want to?
Friday and Saturday starts at 7 a.m. Get up early, grab your cup of coffee. Friday, you can watch it on the USA Network, or you can watch it on RyderCup.com if you're in front of your computer. Saturday and Sunday are both NBC, Peacock, or RyderCup.com. Sunday doesn't start until noon, so you can be switching between a little Ryder Cup and a little NFL football if you want.
So Sunday, potentially that's like the big day to watch.
Yes, that is where the match could be determined. Which strategy, again, how do you order those singles? Do you put your best players out first, Scotty and Rory, to face off against each other, potentially get that big point, or do you put them out last if you need that win at the end?
Right. I feel like there's so much about just like momentum.
Yeah.
You see your teammates are all winning ahead of you, then you're going to be like, crap, I gotta step it up and get that point. I don't want to be the only one to lose.
But on the flip, if you're a rookie and like you're behind, then it's like more pressure for you at the end. So like, do you risk that? Interesting. Yep. And you can change up that order right until the last day.
Yeah. I mean,
really?
tea times, the orders aren't announced until the night before. I don't think, for Sunday. So we won't know until Saturday night after the matches are done.
A lot of strategy. On the surface, I wouldn't even like think anything of it. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Get ready. It'll be fun.
I have one more question. Has it ever, like in recent years, ended on Saturday? Not ended, but someone win on Saturday, or does that rarely happen?
That's got to be rare. I don't know. I never heard of it ending on Saturday. I mean, I think in 23, the European team was up significantly, that it was a big uphill climb for the U.S., but I don't think it's ever ended on a Saturday.
Well, thank you so much for that recap. Everyone, I'm feeling ready. I feel like I know the rules. We're ready to go, ready to watch. So Taylor, thank you so much.
Yay.
Let's move on to our book club.
Yes.
Books are The Boys of Tommen, Binding 13. Britt, you want to lead us off with our book club questions?
Sure. Well, actually, do you think we need to give like a synopsis?
Sure.
I got it. Binding 13 is about Shannon Lynch, a shy girl who wants to hide, and Johnny Kavanagh, a popular rugby star, who met at a new school and formed a complicated, undeniable connection despite their different lives. Shannon, who has a history of being bullied, tries to keep a low profile but is drawn to Johnny, while Johnny, a rising rugby player, is determined to help Shannon. Their relationship faces challenges, but Johnny is persistent in his efforts to connect with Shannon.
Deep.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
So what's your guys' overall takes? You go first, Kristen, because you're bursting.
I liked it. I was from the jump. I'm in. But by the end of it, I got to say, I didn't love it because I had a little bit of an issue with like the couple themselves. I don't know if I really understood like why he was so enamored with her. Like I just felt like there wasn't enough like character development or relationship development, I guess, between the two of them for me to really buy that he's going to like change his whole life as this one track athlete for this girl.
Yeah.
But I did like it and I flew through it.
Yeah. You go, Sami.
I was going to say, I could definitely see what you're saying. Like, I mean, I guess you could cite that it's love at first sight, but like it was right from the get-go. And then there wasn't really a ton of conversation or getting to know each other before he like really felt that way. So I can definitely see that. I really enjoyed the book. I have one left in the series that I'm just waiting to read because I don't want it to end. So and Brittany's probably going to call me out for this. Like she kept asking, like, are they going to get together like before the end of the book? And I like, they were all blurring in my head. So I'm like, yes, it is. And she's like, I'm on 84%. Like, when is this going to happen?
I thought they were getting it together. I thought they were getting it together earlier than this. What is going on?
She's like, I'm 500 pages in. And then I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't as early as I remember. It's just because now I'm like, I've read 5 of the books. So it seems like forever they've been together.
Honestly, though, it's probably good.
Okay, that kind of is a little painful that it took that long.
Well, it is a little, it was painful, but it's honestly, looking back, it's kind of better that you didn't tell me that they didn't get together at the end, because then I would have just been like pissy reading the book.
What do you think, Taylor?
It was okay. I started out very hopeful, but every chapter I felt like I was in like Groundhog Day. Like the same things just kept happening over and over. And I understand it took place, it takes place in a high school. The high school kids like don't know what the hell they're doing. And the same scenarios just kept repeating itself. And I was like, what is going to happen? Like nothing happened.
Yeah, I felt like the same thing. I was like, this book is really long and like nothing's really happening, but I'm like very into it. And I didn't want to put it down. But I was like, but nothing either has even happened. Maybe I'm just reading because I'm waiting for something to happen. Maybe it's her writing. I don't know. I think I really liked the characters, which is always like the number one thing for me. But yeah, I thought it could have been cut in half and the story would have been the same. Like you could put that shit in AI and AI could cut it in half in a second. What's our next question? Who is your favorite character and why? Which character was the most complex or intriguing? I could say mine. My favorite character is probably Gibbsy.
I agree. That was mine. I don't think he was that complex, but
no, he's definitely not or maybe he is in
his book. Yeah, his future book. Yeah.
Yes, but first book definitely not complex.
I was kind of more invested in what was going to happen with Gibbsy and his neighbor.
Yeah, Claire.
Read book 5.
Book 5 is about them.
Gibbsy was like such a real friend. Like he just always showed up for Johnny, like no questions asked. Even if Johnny was being even if Johnny was like giving him shit and not being like that nice to him, he was just like a ride or die, which I totally appreciate.
He's like helping Shannon's brother like puke all over the bathroom. That's a good friend.
That was amazing.
But yeah, I kind of agreed with you, Kristen. I mean, we both have similar type in men, and that like strong, silent Johnny type is not ours. We like the goofy guys. Gibbsy's our guy.
Gibbsy is the Seth Cohen to Johnny's Ryan Atwood, and we are firmly Seth Cohen girlies and always have been. So it's no surprise that that's our dude. But I will say second favorite character might have been Joey.
Oh, yeah.
I love Joey. He's like the protector of the family. And I think he's obviously has so much going on, but I feel like there was still like an air of mystery to him in the book where I wanted to learn more about him.
So he's book 3 and 4, and it's like insanely better. Like I'm obsessed with him. Like he's just had a very tough life, and that one starts like years back when he's in like 8th grade, and it like brings through like his entire high school, the 3rd book, and then the 4th book's more present, and you feel so much sympathy for him.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I definitely think Joey, he was probably one of the more complex characters. What about who didn't you guys like?
I mean, obviously the dad, but also, and this is like, I know it's probably because she's like projecting a lot, but the mom also, it's like, she's like, won't give it up that Johnny's like not a bad kid. And like, I'm sorry, your husband's way worse to your daughter than this kid is. And so I'm sure she's just like protective and stuck in abusive relationships. So I feel bad for her, but it's also like, leave the poor kid alone.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not my least favorite character by any means, but just like one more small gripe with Shannon. Not to hate on Shannon. I know she's got a lot going on, but I'm sorry. Once I noticed this, I couldn't unnotice it, and it was driving me crazy. Every time that there was a conversation with Johnny and Shannon, he would say something, and then her response every single time was just to repeat the question back to him.
Yeah, like, do you want me to? Yeah.
Let me think of an example. Like, do you want bread? And she'd be like, bread? And he's like, yeah, bread. And then she's like, oh, do you want to take a shower? A shower?
Yeah.
Yeah, a shower.
Probably why the book was so long.
I'm like, Shannon, yes, a shower, girl. Like, I don't know if this is a trauma response. I'm trying to be understanding, but like, that was, I just really, once I noticed it, I was having a hard time with their dialogue sometimes. So yeah, just had to say it.
I feel like my least favorite was Bella. Well, obviously besides her family, but like that girl, Bella, like her storyline is tired. I was like, why is she still coming back? Like he told you explicitly that he doesn't like you. Like go away. She's even in the second book. I'm like, I don't want to hear about this bitch anymore.
Great call.
Yeah, the whole Bella thing was kind of tiring. Like, I don't know if it was supposed to show that Johnny had changed his ways and was now not just looking for sex all the time and whatever, but yeah, did not like her.
Also, like, they didn't talk enough in that book about how the school, Tommen, there's only 5 girls in the class.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
She said it like once, and I was like, why is that not more of a thing? That'd be so weird. All right, here's a loaded one. What do you guys think of, we kind of talked about it, but Johnny and Shannon's relationship, and do you think it's believable?
Kristen doesn't.
Well, I said my piece.
No, I believe it. Like, I get the point that, like, it was kind of just, like, all of a sudden, and there wasn't a ton of development, but I don't know. He just seems so in love.
I feel like it like is believable. I don't know. Like, I do think you can like see someone and be like attracted to them instantly, but I feel like it was a little bit too extreme. but I'm okay with that for books.
My only gripe is that did it need to say Shannon like the river every single time?
Oh, yeah.
Heard. But I mean, I still, like I had my issues with it. But one part that I loved about it that I was like, oh, this is so spot on, especially for being set in 2005, when he made her a playlist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, when you were in high school, was there anything more romantic than a playlist? And then when he put She Will Be Loved on it,
I know.
Like,
that is a perfect song for her.
It's over. Like I would have, been deceased. Like that's amazing. So I loved that.
Did you see at the end of the book, there was like the playlists, the full playlist?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was cool. But yeah, I was getting annoyed partially at the end with Johnny because I was like, you're leading her on. He was giving her mixed signals. And I was like, if anything, Johnny, like you're the one that likes her more than she likes you. But like when she like kissed him like twice and he like didn't reciprocate, what a jerk.
Yeah. And he's like trying to like protect her, but like it's just making her feel like shit.
Yeah. So I was just kind of like, all right, you need to stop like effing with this girl's head.
But that's why it was so.
And the whole like hospital scene at the end when he's like high on drugs and he's just saying all this stuff. I'm like,
I thought of his mom.
Why do we need this?
I thought that was funny. Like I like chuckled.
Me too. I actually loved that part. I thought that was so funny.
And I love his parents. I don't explore them.
Yes.
They're the best
two
people.
of my favorite characters.
I agree. I was going to say that. I want to be parents like them. When his dad was like, I feel like Johnny said something like, oh, you don't understand like how terrible it would be for me to like not make this rugby team, blah, blah, blah. And the dad was like, actually, no, like you don't realize that your mother and I, like every single thing you do are as emotionally invested in it as you are and are like going through it with you. And I was like, that spoke to my soul because as a parent, like that is 100% true. Like Connor had to do an About Me presentation this week and I was like worried about it. So yeah, I appreciated that. I was like, wow, that was really spot on.
Were you guys kind of surprised that Johnny didn't like, I think that was like one part of the book that I was a little surprised by, but I guess like talking about it now, like his dad being so supportive and so amazing. I thought that he would like kind of piece it together sooner, that she was like getting hurt at home, especially because in the beginning, she kind of did say when she was first knocked out, when they first met, she was like, she said, my dad, when he said, how did you get some bruise or something? So I kind of thought that he would have figured it out sooner, but it did lead up to like a really awesome ending.
It also could be like, to show that someone like in a life like his that like has no kind of issues like that. It's just like, you don't even think that would be happening to someone.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. That's true. So what do you guys think about the end of the book?
Let me go back to the whole locker room scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
we just got through 550 pages of them just thinking in their head, oh, I love this guy.
Just
I
kissing.
love this girl. And then all of a sudden she's like straddling him in the locker room while he's basically bleeding out, like making out with him. And then the ending, they go their own separate ways.
The fact that he was severely injured while she's like straddling him is something I forgot about, and that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I will say
I thought the cliffhanger ending was good.
Agreed. For the criticism I have, like I immediately downloaded Keeping 13 and started reading it because, you feel compelled at the end of the book to figure out what's going to happen next. It's like a very heightened scene. There's a lot of violence, and you just, I thought that they ended it on like a really like not strong note. It sounds weird to say that when you're talking about that situation, but yeah, you were definitely like, what's going to happen next for sure.
And I don't know if you guys, I don't know if they give the description in the first book, but the dad, like I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, I was picturing the dad as like Frank Gallagher from Shameless, but he's really like supposed to be like a young, like attractive guy.
Really?
And, like, yes, he was like he'd be like almost went professional, and it wasn't rugby. They do another sport.
Hurling.
Yeah. And so he was like really good and then ended up like kind of like becoming a drunk or whatever. I literally was picturing like Frank Gallagher in my head, and he's attractive.
Yeah. That's not him.
Totally. So, that's kind of crazy. And I mean, that kind of lead, like, who would you cast for some of these characters? That's my favorite question. If you were to cast a movie with some of these people.
It's hard. You go.
I think Johnny would be the guy from Euphoria, Jacob Elordi.
That's who I had.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I had.
I was like, that's it. There's no other one.
Cosign.
Shannon, I actually had Jenna Ortega. They'd have to like change her eye color.
I almost did that too. I was like doing someone small, and that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. But Jenna Ortega's like got black hair.
No, Shannon has brown hair.
Shannon has brown hair.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking she was blonde. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they might have to like tweak her coloring a little. For Gibbsy, I had Rudy Pankow, who is JJ in OBX.
Oh my God, Brittany. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Or I said alternatively, or Leo Woodall from White Lotus, but he could also be like Huey or someone.
Do you have someone for Joey?
Joey, I have Brandon Flynn.
I don't know that.
You know him. He's very attractive. He's from 13 Reasons Why. I think he's so cute.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking maybe like, do you guys know KJ Appa? He was in Riverdale.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, he's cute.
Brandon Flynn. Let me think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah. What do you think about like Claire?
I feel like Claire is harder. Like it's like
Sabrina Carpenter.
Honestly,
like
I thought of that.
Girl.
Yeah, the girl next door. Like I was like, Hillary Duff's too old, but like someone like Hillary Duff, like a girl next door, blonde.
Well, to keep it on the Wednesday theme with Jenna Ortega, her like roommate in the show is like a blonde girl. Her name's I think Emma Myers. That's the first person I thought of.
Oh, let me see. Oh yeah, I could see that. She would have to dye her hair blonde.
Yeah.
I was also thinking that girl Chloe Day Moritz. Is that how you say her name?
I know who you're talking about.
Chloe Day Moritz. Isn't that her name? Yeah.
Chloe Moritz. I don't think it's a D.
Oh. All right. Well, yeah, I was struggling with Claire. I was much better at The Boys. I was like, had a million in my head. And I was like, oh shit.
No, I feel like you nailed The Boys, but I'm not sold on Jenna Ortega. I just feel like she doesn't have the Irish look.
My alternative thought was Emma Watson, but she's older and I feel like she's a little too girl next door.
I'm curious. I remember you had said last time we were talking about Paul Mescal, but then it's like because he kind of has more of like that rugby built versus like some of the skinny guys that we would have cast, but that's because like most actors look like that.
Yeah.
So I also have him as
he's cute.
And he could be one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Paul Mescal for sure. He definitely I think could fit into either the Johnny or although now that you said Jacob Elordi, I feel like that's
why I take it off that.
Yeah.
Same. Maybe he could be like the Joey, but also like a young Lily Collins.
She could be the Shannon. Yeah. I hope they make it into a movie or a show or something.
Me too. Should we wrap up with our final ratings? What do we give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Let's do it.
Okay, Britt, you go first.
I think I'm going to say 8.
Me and Taylor, I feel like we're going to have stark differences. I'd say a 9.
9. Okay, love it.
Basing the book on its own without having read any of the other ones, I give it like a 6.
Oh, that's
not bad.
I mean, I could go lower, but
no, don't.
Give it a 6.
I'm going to round us out with a 7. I liked it. I'm going to keep reading the series. Not like a top for me, but liked it.
But yeah, I could see like the other relationships being a top.
Totally.
You know what I mean? That's what I'll be doing.
Same.
Reading.
That Libby app is going to get a lot of action.
And they're all on Kindle Unlimited.
Yep. Kindle Unlimited is legit. I didn't have it for a while, but I actually do recommend it. They have a lot of books. But anyway, I guess that's all we got for today. So remember to follow us on social at snitchinpod on TikTok and Instagram. Apparently we're blowing up on TikTok. We should have talked about that in the beginning. Gave ourselves some credit. And by ourselves, I mean Kristen, because that's 0% me doing the TikToks. I don't even know how to work TikTok. But Kristen's crushing it. Oh
my God,
we got 1 million views on something.
That's insane.
I'm loving the TikTok game. Thank you so much to our TikTok followers and the comment section. I've been living in the comment section trying to engage with our audience. It is a wild place. So we'll talk about some of the feedback we've gotten on some of our videos on Monday because I have some thoughts, but follow us on TikTok. And thank you so much, Brett, for that shout out. Sammy, Taylor, thank you so much for coming on again. This was so much fun. We love having you guys.
Thank you. Tune in for the Ryder Cup.
Go USA.
Yes, go USA.
Go to USA.
All right, everyone. Have a great weekend and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.